think it's a social event and it's a way to connect with other people, and it's really fun to celebrate a holiday.
Fun or fearful? BYU students explain their upcoming Halloween costumes and plans.
We found out that XP is an old symbol of Christ, and we thought, wow, that would be perfect for us.
HEFY is changing its name, hoping to appeal to a wider audience.
Sheep on the street. Hundreds of sheep run through the street in Sardine Canyon. Welcome to Universe Live. It's Monday, October 25th. I'm Amy Griffin.
And I'm Emily Jones. Today is Good News Monday, where we bring you all the good things happening around Utah to brighten up your Monday. Humanitarian, especially for youth, is now Humanitarian XP.
Universe Live reporter Alexa Larson shares why they made the change and what they're hoping comes from it.
That's right, the well-known nonprofit organization HEFY has undergone a rebrand and is now Humanitarian XP, and many people are excited about the change.
We found out that XP is an old symbol of Christ, and we thought, wow, that would be perfect for us. So we changed the name to Humanitarian XP just to align a little bit better with our desire to follow Christ.
The organization hopes that the name change will help to increase the number of volunteers who may not be members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Our name has always been Humanitarian Experience. It still is. But, years ago, people just kind of adopted the nickname of HEFY. And I think it's kind of caused some confusion with the EFY program at BYU because we're not in any way associated with them.
I think our rebrand is helping us really focus even more so on our mission of changing lives through sustainable service.
Now with their focus on HXP, Humanitarian Experience, I think that'll just be a little more obvious and will draw people in more and be like, wait, what is this? I haven't even heard of this before.
The name change isn't the only exciting thing happening at the organization. Due to COVID-19 last year, Humanitarian XP decided to open up trip locations stateside.
There's just as much of a need in some places that we go in America as there is in international locations.
This year, they will continue to send volunteers to those locations as well as open up new locations both nationally and internationally, bringing their total global trip locations to 57.
It's just amazing to see, the impact that these kids can make all over the world, particularly when they sort of align their desire to serve with their understanding of who they are in the light of the restored gospel.
With all these exciting changes, the organization is expecting an immense growth in the number of applicants this year for all positions, including youth volunteers, trip leaders, and parent builders. Registration for youth volunteers is November 8th through the 12th. You can learn more about Humanitarian XP on their website at humanitarianxp.org.
BYU Football rises back into the top 25 after breaking their two-game losing streak.
Algiers, touchdown Cougars!
A recent AP poll ranked BYU at number 25 when they received 42 votes in the latest USA Today coaches poll. BYU dropped in the polls after their two losses against Boise State and Baylor, but their recent win against Washington State gave them a boost. It'll take a lot for BYU to rise and shout any higher in the rankings, though. BYU is sitting with 44 votes in the AP poll, with number 24 Coastal Carolina holding 132 votes. You can cheer on the Cougars for their game against Virginia here in Provo at 8:15 p.m. on Saturday.
Brigham City Police dusted off their cowboy hats for the annual sheep roundup down Sardine Canyon. Every fall, the Jensen family livestock herds their sheep down the canyon from their summer pasture in Manaway to Bear River City. Cars and bikes clear the road so the ranchers herd the thousands of sheep down the empty streets. Locals came out hunkered under umbrellas and shrouded in ponchos to watch the sheep trot down the road. The annual run has become a tradition, and locals come to see the sheep off for the winter, rain or shine.
Halloween is on its way. Are college students too old to be playing dress up? Samantha Burrell asks students if it is still cool to costume in college.
It's a form of expression, and I like makeup and stuff like that, and so put so much hard work into it. I would definitely wear my costume around campus.
I think dressing up in costumes is super cool.
I mean, at BYU, yeah, I feel like everyone does, so.
I think it's fun. I think it's a social event and it's a way to connect with other people, and it's really fun to celebrate a holiday.
With Halloween only 2 weeks away, students are making the final decisions on their costumes.
Probably a character from Avatar: Last Airbender, like the Painted Lady or Tylee or something.
I think I want to go for like a zombie kind of like doctor this year.
I play on the lacrosse team. Me with my position, we are all dressing up as like sexy cowboys, so it'll be kind of fun.
This year for Halloween, we're doing like a joint costume. So
We're
she's
roommates.
gonna be Miley Cyrus and I'm gonna be Hannah Montana.
The best of both worlds right here.
While the many students I talked to today expressed excitement for dressing up for Halloween, many expressed fear for being the only one in class to do so.
I don't think I would dress up to school, even if I did have class, just because it's just a little much for me. So, but definitely to a party.
I love going to like the parties and being able to do it with like groups of my friends and everything.
That said, there are still many students excited to keep the campus costume tradition alive this year.
Halloween's like the perfect time to kind of just like let loose and go crazy with it because everybody else does it too. And so I like, if you're considering it, I say 100% go for it.
This is your one life, right? Do what makes you excited and know that most people actually are admiring you.
Whether you costume a little
Or a lot. Now you know, it is cool to costume in college. Reporting for Universe Live, I'm Samantha Burrell.
Thanks, Samantha.
This weekend, Hee Haw Farms had their 13th annual pumpkin drop. Ken's McGuire was there to see just how much damage pumpkins could cause from 75 feet in the air.
Now, pumpkin patches and fall go hand in hand, but here at Hee Haw Farms, they've decided to ask the question, what happens when you add a crane into that equation?
All aboard! So this is our 13th annual Giant Pumpkin Drop. It's an end of season celebration just of the harvest with all of the growers.
We grow the pumpkins, a lot of work all year to grow the pumpkins, you know, and at the end of the year we want to have some fun with them. It's just fun watching pumpkins drop from 75 feet in the air, seeing them splat, seeing the big swimming pool turn into a giant tidal wave.
Tidal waves made by participants. For $10, you can pick a pumpkin, take a quick ride in a crane, and have some fun with target practice.
I'm gonna try and hit the piano.
This is great. My daughter told us, his mom told us about this, that we should come and do this. And did you have fun? Yeah.
And it's fun for a good cause.
We do raise money for a charity or for a foundation, and we raise the funds and we get to do something good for somebody in the community.
Even though today is the last major event at Hee Haw Farms, you can still come and take part of some fall activities.
We will have a Christmas event this December, though, with lights and Santa and some fun Christmas atmosphere. So another opportunity to come get a hot chocolate and stroll through the farm.
Tickets can be purchased online or in person to catch the ending activities of Hee Haw Farms. Reporting for Universe Live in Pleasant Grove, I'm Ken's McGuire.
A nonprofit is celebrating the hot dogs around town with their annual Halloween costume contest and parade. The organization Save Our Local Pets Utah holds the contest to raise money for their cause to end euthanasia in shelters across Utah. Local pet owners dress up their dogs to collect treats and march around Veterans Memorial Park. At the end of the event, the best costumes win gift baskets. You can find all the costumed pups on the Save Our Local Pets Utah Facebook page.
With Halloween just around the corner, we're here to share fun family festivities in Utah County to help you celebrate. BYU Athletics will be holding a trunk or treat on Wednesday at 6:30 in the SAB parking lot. Provo City will be holding a Halloween event on October 30th from 3 to 6 p.m. This event will include a dance party, games, and trick-or-treat along Center Street. The City of Orem is partnering with Orem Police Department for a truck or treat at the Orchard at University Place on October 30th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Other surrounding events include Springville City's annual Safe Halloween Trick-or-Treat event, Spanish Forks Trick-or-Treat on Main, and American Forks Trunk-or-Treat on Main. You can find more details on these events on their social media pages.
A BYU grad decides to walk all the way across the country.
At one point, I decided I wanted to go on a really long walk, so I quit my job and I started walking.
He began his journey in Provo and plans to finish in Maine. Find out why he's put in all this time and effort.
The leaves are everywhere and the clouds are slowly rolling in. I'll tell you what these autumn conditions are bringing us this week.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
$150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering them could save you from having a stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
From Provo to Washington to Texas to Maine, one man's journey walking the highways of the United States.
I had the opportunity to talk to him as he's on the longest hike of his life. To anyone else, this may look like a normal house, but for one BYU graduate, this is the starting point for a journey of a lifetime. With nothing but a baby buggy and a good pair of sneakers, Isaiah Shields set out to walk America coast to coast. After graduating from Brigham Young University, Isaiah bought this house and was working as a corporate finance analyst.
I told him it was a terrible idea every single time. Just sounded like a lot of pain, a lot of walking, a lot of nothingness on the highway.
A lot of times when I'm talking to people, I tell them I used to be a normal person. Like I went to school and I worked a job. At one point I decided I wanted to go on a really long walk, so I quit my job and I started walking.
The plan is simple. Walk from Provo, Utah to the westernmost point of the United States, Cape Alava. After that, walk across Montana, down to Texas to avoid the cold winter months up north, and then to the easternmost point of the U.S., a lighthouse in Maine.
People think I want to be like rich or famous, and trust me, this is not what you would do if you want to become rich or famous.
Currently, Isaiah has been on the road for 5 months. He's hit his first landmark in Cape Alava and is now on his way down to Texas. He's walked 2,850 miles and is currently on the roads near Thermopolis, Wyoming.
Thus it begins.
So far, he's learned a lot.
You don't really realize how infuriating wind is until you've had to walk into it for like weeks at a time. There's been multiple times where I've had to dive into the bushes to avoid somebody who's drifting into the shoulder.
A lot of people have noticed Isaiah on the side of the road.
Every eyeball is looking at you. And when they're behind a car, they really don't feel any qualms. They're just about like staring at you.
Some have looked down on him for looking homeless, while others have seen him camping in his tent off of the side of the road and offered food, money, or a place to stay.
I come across people who are just touching with their generosity, with their willingness to let a perfect stranger stay in their home for the evening.
Isaiah's family keeps a close eye on his safety.
I'm talking more with my family now than I probably ever have.
We try to encourage them the best as possible.
Isaiah fully expects to complete his journey before winter of 2022. In the end, he's grateful that he took that first step back in May.
Getting to know what it's like to do something challenging was a good call.
What a remarkable story. To keep up to date with Isaiah and his journey, check out his YouTube channel, You Do You. This is Universe Live reporter Emily Roberts signing out.
The best thing about fall are the leaves, and they are everywhere. The yellows, the reds, the greens. This is the time to make big piles of leaves and jump in them with your family and friends and have fun with fall. You can see the leaves moving just a little bit from the wind. That is coming from the west coast, along with the rain from the clouds coming in as well. We are going to be seeing rainstorms tonight, from this afternoon into tonight, and wind up to 50 to 70 miles per hour. So if there's anything you want to be tied down, now is the time to do so. For today's temperatures, we are staying pretty cold all throughout the night, in 38 degrees. All throughout Utah, Salt Lake City and Provo, you're at a high of 70. St. George, you're at a high of 77 and a low of 46. For southern Utah, you're seeing to see the rain, and then the sun will come out during the weekend. And then for northern Utah, the rain will be here into Thursday, but then the sun. Have a great weekend and enjoy the sun.
Killed the kicker. You don't have a headset on.
Thanks, Isabel.
Have a great day.